Alrighty, good afternoon, folks. Movement Monday, here with your host, Ray Reyes and Hampton McCullough. We are coming to you here Monday afternoon, I don't know why I wanted to say November, March 11th. Oh, that's fine, the 11th, see? March 11th, 2024. How you doing, Hampton?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Good deal. Alrighty, well, we'll jump right in today. Today we are going to chat about asking for help and encouraging folks to not be afraid to ask for help. As we've mentioned in the past, Hampton and I are both promoters for innovative nutrition, and we're just wrapped up week one of our new challenge, 45-day challenge. It is a weight management challenge, but it's healthy habits, and it's not so much focused on weight management this time around. It's focusing on those healthy habits because for me in Hampton, I'm not sure if you agree or not, but I'm almost positive you will. Healthy habits are more of the focus in weight management because if you start to think of just weight management, it typically takes your mind into that diet mind frame and takes you into that this is temporary. But
Yeah.
really, what we're trying to encourage is healthy habits in this challenge. And so, I know your mom was a big part of putting this together and changing how the mindset was of how we're attacking this challenge. And I love it. I'm here for it. As a fitness professional and as somebody who's super active and gets everything done, I've been for years now just had more of a healthy habits lifestyle. My eating habits come and go, but they always come right back because I have to be able to jump in and eat accordingly, and make sure that I've seen a lot in all the different pages that I follow that you can't outwork an unhealthy diet, and so and when they say diet and that, it's not diet in the temporary. Here's what I'm doing to drop a few pounds. It's your everyday diet, your everyday eating. So, enough. Just any initial thoughts from you from that point?
Um, I totally agree with that, and I think it's also like your lifestyle,
Yeah, very much
changing
so.
your lifestyle. Like I feel like I steer away from the word diet. Like just like anyone, I feel like you stay on a diet and then go off track, and then like you have to change your lifestyle in order to see changes and mindset changes.
Yeah. Well, and I think as Americans, that's just kind of been the thing is it's a temporary change. That's why there's so many different diets, so many that are effective, and like I did the keto diet for 3.5 years. We you and I recently privately chatted about that, but 3.5 years was great. I lost 60 pounds on keto, so I'm not knocking it. It's great, but also I wasn't nearly as active then as I am now, and so I did get to a point where I realized that lifestyle, at 3.5 years, I think you could say I had a keto lifestyle for 3 years or for that
Right.
long. It wasn't just a diet, but now I had to change it up. I worked out far more than I was when I was doing keto. I had more of a physical job for the first year of that, and so that did help with get my movement in and whatnot. But later on, I got to a point where it just didn't work for me anymore. I ended up to being where the ketosis didn't help me stay active because it made me more tired than anything
Right.
because I wasn't getting all of the nutrients in that I needed for my body to be fueled to get
Yep.
the workouts in. And so adjustments need to happen. And sometimes, our subject today, you need help with what those adjustments are. And so, um, we all have resources within our reach everywhere around us. It's just a matter of being able to ask for help. So, I know that I've recently talked with a couple of people that have reached out and asked for assistance with this, that, the other thing. Some of it's diet related, some of it's fitness related, some of it's just um, keeping on track and being consistent with things. How do you stay consistent? And so the consistency thing, I think, is more of a choice. You have to kind of get there. You have to know that you're ready. You have to be committed, and it becomes more of a of a required task rather than an option. And I know that for me, I get up at 5 in the morning to go to the gym because that's my option for me to be able to get a workout in. And if I don't get up in the morning, I'm not going to have time later in the day to get
Yeah.
it done. So,
Yeah.
um,
Can I add something to the
yeah,
what we were talking about? So when I think of diet, and I love that we don't like really use that term because of I think this reason. This is how I see it. It's like when I hear diet, I hear or see people just think, oh, I'm on a diet, I'm going to lose X amount, in they think overnight. And when you put it into healthy habits or a lifestyle change or um, it becomes your life. So it's for what's the word? I'm sorry.
yeah, it's sustainable.
It's yeah, exactly. It is
Yeah,
sustainable.
yeah,
So you don't just like, okay, fall down backwards because you're on a
yeah,
diet. And it's so, I feel like it's so much pressure
yeah.
because you're pressured on a diet.
Well,
So when you make the change and you set your mindset into having, I get to do this, just like we talked about last week, it it's not pressure.
exactly. No, 100%. And the thing is, when you have that mindset of I just need to get to a certain pounds loss, and then you stop, chances are it's going to come back.
Yeah.
Because if you stopped with that diet and you go right back to what you were doing, um, I'm not sure where the mindset is there that doesn't help you realize that the way that you got there was the habits that you had before. And so going
Right.
back to those habits, it's that, that's the whole insanity definition, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And just
Right.
because you lose the weight doesn't mean it's going to stay off if you go right back. Granted, over the years, I've learned what I can get away with, a day off here or a week off there and jumping right back into where I was at, or understanding that I have to, like recently I went on vacation. And when I got back, I knew that that first 3 days when I got back specifically had to be super strict, nothing off like my
Right.
meal plan way, because I know that I indulged.
Yeah.
I ate a lot. I drank a lot, and I just relaxed. I didn't exercise the whole time I was on my trip. Which I mean, we went on walks and we did a lot of walking, um, but I didn't get in the style of exercise that I'm used to doing. And so getting back and getting right back to it was very important, because it is my lifestyle, and I need to get right back to where I was at. I was able to do it within 4 days, which I'm not even
Right.
sure because but it's also, my body's like, oh, thank God we're back,
Yeah.
so
Right. Well, I feel like people just expect to take a pill and it just fall off.
yeah.
And people are always like, "Well, how did you do it?" And I'm like, "Cuz I worked hard
Hmm.
because I stayed consistent."
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say I stayed consistent 24/7 on my food because I could definitely, but I'm not eating to lose weight anymore.
Yeah.
I'm at that point where like we're going to start putting on muscle. Probably like the opposite, but it doesn't matter. I still have my lifestyle change and have my non-negotiables every day.
Hmm. No, and that's, you triggered another thought there where the instant gratification is a big factor when you're changing up your lifestyle and trying to introduce healthier habits. Um, it's not going to be instant. It doesn't happen overnight. You didn't get to where you were at overnight. It took time to get there, so it's going to take it's going to take some time to lose or hit that goal weight if you want, or if you will, and then it's going to take management. That's why it's called weight management, not weight loss.
Yep.
And so, you need to get to that point. You need to make sure that you're making the decisions to sustain that and understand that, yes, we have, even in our company here, we have weight management products, but any diet that's going to be good for you is going to come with the caveat that you have to pair it with a healthy eating plan. You look at any sort of the diets that have lasted for the long term, it's all been based around what you're ingesting and how you properly do it. And that's the only way you're going to keep that, that goal, and or keep at that goal weight or that goal size, because it's not always weight related. Sometimes it's just a size, it's just a feeling. I know that there's a handful of people that work to gain weight, and also that comes with eating. But also, when they go to gain that weight, they build that muscle, they build that super big size. if they stop, what happens? That all turns to fat.
Right, but
Um,
they also are eating nutrients dense foods
yeah, yes,
that are fueling your it fuels your body to be able to
very
do.
much so. And that's the tough thing. I mean, you look at Michael Phelps always comes to mind for me when we talk about this. The amount of calories that he had in a day, and it's not just that he went to McDonald's and ate 5 cheeseburgers to help to get to the calories. He ate the calories in a healthy way. You don't get to be his status and his physique by eating garbage. It's proper nutrition in getting those calories in, and it's the calories that come along with the healthier foods. And yeah, I mean, they typically are lower when they're nutrient based foods. That's why he ate so much and so
Mhm.
often. It's just, but it's understanding and asking, for those around you. If you're not a reader, you have, for me, I'm not a big reader by any means. I try very hard to read. I try, I work on getting it, and I'm doing a lot better with audiobooks as of late than I had been earlier on in life. But even then, sometimes I just find so easy to get myself sidetracked. So I ask for help in my wife. My wife can read something, retain it, hold it, and carry it on for years on end. And even with innovative, she's not super involved in innovative, but she's obviously involved because by proxy through me.
Mhm.
But whenever she comes to conventions with me and whatnot, and she listens to, or reads the materials here and there, and she'll sometimes be like, "That's not right," and I'm like, "What?" So, but it's asking for help, and that's we had our training call this morning, and they talked about three-way calls, and that's where the help is helping the people that do have that knowledge, that retain it and know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
I know just enough to help people to get to where they need to be, and then that they start asking the deep parts of what's in this, how does this affect me. For one, ask your doctor, because I'm not a doctor, and two, once you start getting specific, we have a nutrition expert on our staff, and so
Right.
I will reach out to them and ask for help. I'm not afraid to ask for help. I'm not pretending to know everything I know, or I'm not pretending to know everything about every product that we have in our product list, but I know a little bit about a lot of things, so I can get you to the right place, and I have great resources, and I'm not afraid to ask for help.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like to add on to that, um, what works for me doesn't work for you, may
yeah.
not work for you, and vice versa to anyone else that is.
No, and no, I know exactly where you're going. I mean, for people trying to get to the place where I'm at, it's not going to be the same.
Right.
I you
Yes.
know, people. If I invite somebody to come go for a walk with me, or come work out with me, I don't expect them to come do exactly what I'm doing, unless it's somebody that has exactly my size, my frame, my mindset, my whatever. There's a handful of people that I can probably work out with, you know, rep for rep.
Right.
But like I got I used to exercise a lot with my aunt, and she's a good 20 years older than me, so her body's different than mine. We have to work
Mhm.
differently, but we could get the same workouts in. And she was a group fitness instructor, did step classes and whatnot for over 20 years, and so she's
Wow.
I mean she knows her stuff. But even recently, just talking about going for walks with her, she had a knee replacement surgery on both her knees recently, so she's a little bit slower. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to slow you down." I'm like, for one, that's her mentality, because she's done this for years, and she's like, "No,
Mhm.
I know that you're in go mode, and I'm still working on recovering." And I'm like, "That's not what it's about. It's about we're just getting moving, and I'm just trying to help her get back to where she's comfortable with
Yeah.
with her new knees. She's got new knees. Let's put them to work."
Right.
So,
But like same with say it makes me go to like say counting macros or tracking food.
mhm,
You can't be like, oh yeah, these are my macros.
mm-mm.
They're not going to work for you.
Yeah.
Like they're my macros. It's what I'm tracking for.
Well,
And
and
your physique might not. You might not want to have the physique that I'm working for.
exactly. Well, yeah. No, I mean, you as a late 20s girl is going to be different than me than a mid
Right.
40s man. It's not
Right.
going to be the same thing. I can't give you my meal plan and expect you to to be successful with
Right.
it. You're so right. Yeah. And that's, and even, it's a matter of even understanding people's lifestyle and what they're able to get into. I have the benefit of working from home. So my meal planning is a little bit easier than it was when I worked in an office every day,
Yeah.
because it's typically in a Tupperware downstairs, ready for me to go. It's in the fridge. I don't have to share a microwave with anybody. I don't have to worry about if I'm going to eat fish. Somebody's going to be stunk out of the break room. So um, and so, I've got free range, and I eat. I eat when I want. I do sometimes get busy and forget to eat, which I try not to do, because you don't want to skip meals that way. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, it looks different for everybody, and there are people that go in the office, and it's I had to go in the office last week, and um, I I quickly realized that I've gotten really comfortable with my supplementation from home, because I have my schedule. I know I got to go downstairs now. I got to have my coffee, throw the collagen in it. I'm good.
Yep.
Had or I had my Ignite coffee an hour ago, so I'm good. But it was like, oh, I have to take this stuff with me, because I can't have it all at once,
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but it's planning ahead and being prepared. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I I don't know what Ray and I are trying to say is don't be afraid to ask for help.
yeah,
All of that, like, and with anything, whether it's food, workout, staying consistent, words of encouragement,
yeah,
I don't know, add to the list.
yeah.
I,
Well, let's talk a little bit about our challenge that we have, our group chat.
okay.
You and I touched on it shortly before we got on here,
Yeah,
about the support that we're seeing in this round um, of this challenge.
it's awesome.
Yeah,
It's like seriously, every message thread that comes through is like something so positive. Whether
yeah,
it's one saying something positive to another person, or a success that they had that day, or what they're setting themselves up for success at the moment. It's awesome.
yeah. Well, and I'll tell you that every time I've seen a message come through, I've looked at my water bottle to make sure that I had a drink within the last couple of minutes. I'm like, and I've done. I had fallen off with my water intake. I could get like up to 80, but my goal is 120. So for whatever reason, I could not get that third bottle, that third 40 ounces down. I mean, this is a big 40-ounce bottle. Um, and I just get to that point and be like, I think I'm good for today. I don't know. It just wasn't there. And now here I am it's, we still got plenty of time left in the day. And I'm on my third bottle, and I'm ready to down it still. I'm craving water. Like, I'm sitting here like, can we stop talking for a minute so I can have another sip?
I know I took a drink. I'm like, I have to take a drink. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm at 120 for today. I think I'm going to 160 right now, but
Oh, let's go.
I I don't know. I just have to.
Yeah.
It's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Like, it's no questions asked. I'm getting it in. So, but the
Yeah.
messages are, I wake up because I'm on a different time zone. I'm behind you. So we have people on our team, I think from East Coast too. And so
Mm-hmm.
they're texting pretty early, but waking up to those messages, it's like, okay, let's go.
Well, and that's a help within itself. Like, and I'm not even sure that our team members realize that they're helping the other team members by saying but it's infectious, and that's the accountability part that helps. Accountability is help, and
Yeah.
no matter what form it comes in, it's going to help you to stay on track and get you closer to reaching your goals.
Yeah. Because believe it or not, I don't want to go to the gym every day.
Yeah,
I make myself. I go every day, whether it's an active recovery day or yoga, or I go every day, but I don't
uh-huh.
want to. But those messages do, like, it also sets the tone for the day.
No, I 100%. I got to tell you this. We had baseball practice Saturday morning, and I had got to practice. It was at 10:45 in the morning, which is not super early. And I get there, and one of the coaches says to me, he goes, "Did you get a workout in already today?" And I said, "Yeah." And he tells the other coaches, "See, told you." I'm like, all right, if I'm known for the guy that's got to get a workout in before early morning practices, then, so be
Yeah.
it. I'll be that guy. I'll
Yep.
wear that title.
You could
Let's
be
go.
worse.
Yeah. So, and it just kind of gave me it it was a compliment within itself, whether or not it was intended to be. It
They
was
didn't even
like,
have to say it as a
no, yeah.
compliment.
But also, I had, a friend of the family reach out to me recently and say, I just need some help. I need you to give me, some exercises to do to build my butt. And I'm like, I got exercises for you.
Yeah.
I am a certified personal trainer. I do, and we do a lot of Orange Theory with, building the glutes and whatnot. And so I've got a few things in mind. I'm actually kind of excited because I don't do personal training outright. I am a certified personal trainer. I did get the highest certification that I could get on
Yeah.
accident, but I did get.
But
I
I have
didn't. I didn't know what I was getting when I got it, but once I got it, people were like, "Oh wow, you went for the big one." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's what I did," But
Yeah.
I got it. I
But is
specifically got it to. What's that?
Sorry.
Go
Sorry, I
ahead.
was interrupting.
No, it's fine.
I was going back on your compliment from that guy that was a compliment. Like,
Yeah,
people notice.
yeah.
Like, you could work in silence and people are going to notice.
Well, and the thing for me there is just in general is it's no secret that I love sharing anything that I have to help people be better about what they're working on. And so I try hard not to boast about the things that I know or the
Mhm.
things that I do because I like to talk. I talk a lot. And so I try not to over talk or be proud of myself, but I'm pretty damn proud of myself. I've come
Yeah.
a long way. Um, and so when people see stuff like that, one thing is I don't want them to ever think that I think that I'm better than anybody, and two, it's know that I've been overweight, I've been heavy, I've been tired, I've been sick, I've been I've done all the things,
Right.
and
Where
so
they
I
need.
know, yeah, and so I'm not afraid to share how I did what I did. And I'm happy that I've had a couple people reach out to me recently and say I need to do something different.
Yep.
And I invite those calls. I invite those questions. I invite, if somebody in our class in one of my classes is asking about, I can't do that level that you're doing. And for one, can't is a bad word. It's a 4-letter word. Um, the only acceptable can't is yet. I can't do that yet. It has to be followed with a yet because you can do it. You just got to work at it. And
Yep.
so, um,
I love that.
and ask how we get there. We're here to help, and that's why we do this. That's why we have Movement Monday.
Yep. Love it.
So, any final words to add before we wrap it up?
No. Drink your
No.
water.
Yes, ma'am. Alrighty. Well, we'll wrap up again. Movement Monday here with your host Ray Reyes, Hampton McCullough. We do this every Monday to talk about movement, keeping yourself moving, getting yourself, conditioned for that next level, that next day in life, if you will, or that next stage of your life, and how nutrition and supplementation can help build on that. Again, Hampton and I are both promoters for innovative nutrition. So if you'd like some information on our vitamins and supplements, we'd love to get you or answer any questions that you have. Don't be afraid to ask for help of how we can get you to that next level. Um, if you are watching this and this is your first time watching one of our videos, we'd love for you to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I always feel cheesy saying hit like and subscribe, but that's a
It's
YouTube
true.
thing. We're on YouTube and we need the support. And so we love the support that we have so far. We'd love more of it. If movement and or vitamins and nutrition is something that is a passion of yours and you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you as a guest. Reach out to either one of us. Let us know. We'll find a way to get you on and see what we can make work out. Other than that, we will wrap it up. I just want to remind everybody, like Hampton said, drink your water, take your vitamins, and get your movement in. Get it done. With that, we'll sign off and say we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye now.